What up, AOK Mafia? It's your boy Artofkickz, said just like that. We back with another one. Alright, y'all. So we got a video here today. This is a chills video. 16 doorbell videos that will keep you up at night. I believe this was sent in by one of my viewers. Thank you to whomever you were. We're about to check this out. Y'all boys, you guys ready? I'm ready. Let's go.
Doorbell cams are meant to see who is at your door, but every once in a while they can also
Is that a lion? Nah, that ain't a lion.
show you who is
But it was a big cat.
after your life. Number 16. You may remember a while back on the channel, I analyzed this footage of a woman screaming for help outside a stranger's home, and it was caught on their doorbell camera. Well, since then, I came across an interview where Inside Edition found this woman, and we learned what actually happened that night. She woke up to her boyfriend of 8 months restraining her and trying to duct tape her mouth shut to do unspeakable actions. She was only able to escape when he was temporarily distracted, and she ran outside the home. She said she flagged down a car, but they just drove off, so she had no other choice but to try and get help from a nearby neighbor. This footage is absolutely one of the most terrifying videos I've seen.
Yo,
And
is that him?
now knowing that it was 100% real only makes it scarier. Truly a horrifying event.
Poor girl. What was his intentions?
Number 15. Matt Bell accidentally
Yo.
manages to catch his neighbor's house on video as it goes up in flames. Watch about a minute in as a flaming piece of debris flutters across the street and lands in his hedges with a solid thud.
Yo, it landed perfectly in this little dry bush here too. It's gonna catch that junk on fire. Oh, yep, it's on fire. It's on fire.
Soon his front yard is ablaze, and now Matt's
Nobody sees that?
house looks like it is about to go up next. It looks pretty
Oh, this guy sees it.
bad for a while, until his neighbors run over with some garden hoses and work on putting out the flames. Meanwhile, all Matt can do is watch on his phone with terror as he rushes home.
Please put that out for me, please. I'm on my way home. Your house on fire! Yeah, I know. I'm on my way.
The authorities are ultimately able to contain the blaze and keep it from spreading to other residences. This video just goes to show how easily the
It's so much debris coming from this fire that is spreading. You see it dropping. I see it dropping all around him or around my head.
fire could have
You see it?
spread if that flaming chunk had landed on Matt's roof instead of the hedge it.
Oh, that would have been bad.
There would have been little that his neighbors could have done.
They could have shot some water up there, probably.
Number 14. A woman leaves her car unlocked and loses some personal items, including a set of keys. A short time later, a man who she has never seen before comes to her front door and attempts to gain entry with her missing keys. Fortunately, none of the keys were the house key, and he quickly hurries off with nothing. This just goes to show how easily one incident can lead to another. If you ever experience anything like this, don't underestimate the persistence of those doing it.
Speaking of, if you ever go to get your car serviced, right, at a dealership or anywhere for that matter, make sure you only give them your car keys. Make sure you only give them your car keys. When I was first hired on, when I was doing service, they told us incidents not happened at the location that I was at, but just stories of the dangers of what could happen if you leave your keys with the wrong people. So there was a story that happened. I don't know what state it was in, but someone had, took their car in to get service and they left their set of keys because they had another set, or they at least had the keys that they needed to go to work that day. They left their set of keys with the dealership. Somebody ended up making a copy of their home key, finding out where they stayed because of an address that was on an envelope that was in their glove compartment, going to their house and robbing them. So keep in mind, keep your keys, only give them the car key.
Sometimes the more clever ones will track you back to your house and try to do the same thing a second time.
Oh yeah.
Number 13. This unnerving doorbell cam footage was taken.
He the way he came up was weird, man. He almost looked like he was on some roller skates.
This unnerving doorbell cam footage was taken somewhere in New Mexico. A random person walks up to a house in the middle of
He looked New Mexican.
the night and just basically goes crazy without warning.
Like he's trying to take the doorbell off.
They appear to have lost all sense of reason as they first yank on the doorbell cam and then start to scale the wall. It's unclear if they are really trying to gain access to the house itself or if they are just out of their minds.
He looks out of it.
Doing whatever spontaneously comes next. After a while, they come back into view and kind of wobble around. This next part sounds like they might have even fallen over, but I'm not exactly sure. Overall, the strange man seems more confused than necessarily looking to cause havoc, but I would still not want to encounter this potential maniac either way. Number 12. A woman approaches a home she does not live in and immediately tries the door without knocking. Notice her mouth open a little in surprise when she sees the doorbell cam. It looks like she is in big trouble and knows it.
She's out.
I have little doubt that this woman would have taken whatever she could if the door was unlocked because, according to the description, she apparently tried the door just 10 minutes after watching the owners leave. She's also wearing jogging clothes and appears to be trying her best to blend in. Most neighborhood residences probably wouldn't take a second look at her.
Exactly. That's what I thought too. That's why I was like, yo, she came out here real discreet, like, oh man, she's not dressed up like she's about to rob someplace, so nobody would think anything of it if she were to walk out casually with some stuff in this home. You know what I'm saying? One thing I like about neighborhoods, and all of my friends that live in houses and stuff, the neighborhoods that they live in, they have like a community group chat or Facebook page. So like their doorbell stuff, like everybody has like Ring doorbells and stuff, and everybody is uploading footage and content to these doorbells all the time, or you know, from these doorbells, so that people could be like, hey, you know what this is, you know what's going on here, bro. You know, you want to live in neighborhoods like that. You definitely want to live in neighborhoods like that. Everybody got their own security.
Who knows how many times this routine has worked for her in the past. According to the description, this video has been sent to the authorities, so I really hope she gets caught, or at least comes up with a good explanation as to what she was doing here. Number 11. This man approaches a home, stands in place for 10 seconds without ringing or knocking, and then decides to rip the doorbell cam straight out of the wall for good measure. Notice how he pulls...
One thing I hate about when people do this stuff, I'm like, you're already on camera. Like, the footage isn't necessarily stored in the camera. It goes somewhere else. Like, most people that have these cameras, like, they got phones. Like, I got the camera. That junk gonna come straight to my phone, man. I can record it. Just, oh, look, something I can see. And you get alerts if somebody's at your door. Like, come on.
Up his sleeves over his hands before doing so. Obviously, he is worried about leaving fingerprints, so he probably does stuff.
We see you, buddy.
Stuff like this all of the time.
Not necessarily. Look at him. He done dropped it. It's still going.
My guess is that he wanted to get into the house when he noticed the doorbell cam and got scared. He probably thought that by taking the doorbell cam, he would get rid of any evidence that he was ever there.
Wrong.
Completely unaware that a live video gets sent straight to the person's phone automatically. This video was posted in November of 2018. So far, he has not been caught, but since the doorbell cams have a serial number, he can't resell it easily without getting busted. Number 10.
Precisely.
An Outer Banks vacation home in North Carolina goes up in flames. There's something terrifying about the quiet sound and the way the ashes slowly creep up to the neighbor's front door.
Seriously. Look at that. That looks crazy.
Keep in mind that every smoldering ember could set this house ablaze too. Somehow it manages to survive along with this harrowing video. Number 9. A YouTuber named Mark Grillo catches a complete and total stranger poking around his front porch for no apparent reason. She doesn't even try to knock or anything. Take a look at what she's carrying here and tell me what you think is inside. It almost looks like it could be a cardboard container from a restaurant or something, but I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, you can't stand. Yeah, I can't stand.
You can't see in. The woman says twice while trying to peer through a window.
It almost seems as though maybe they're at the wrong house.
2 other people stand at the bottom of the steps waiting.
But she's so shameless in not knowing if she's at the right location or not that she's willing to look in to see if she can see the people that she thinks live there. Woman.
Waiting for her, and they all walk off together. Exactly what this woman is trying to see is unknown, but it's definitely creepy how she struts around like she owns the place. The group seems to be wearing nice clothes, and I doubt she is trying to break in, especially since her hands are full, which only makes this video all the more bizarre. Overall, I have no idea what these strangers could possibly want.
I feel like she thought she knows, like I said before, she thought she know who this house belongs to, and the other people, they don't know anything at all. They're like, we're just walking in the neighborhood with this woman. She says she needs to stop by this house and talk to whoever the heck lives here. We don't know nothing. We just here.
Or why they thought this was a socially acceptable thing to do. Number 8. Sometimes a doorbell cam will record something that its
Ooh, did this snake get in the house?
owners probably don't even want to know about. Like this huge snake, for example. Allison Keller was surprised to find a giant reptile slithering around her front entrance at 2 a.m. in Spring, Texas. Even after it completely falls off the door, the snake resumes course and keeps looking for a way in.
Yo, he gets back
Animal
up.
wildlife experts believe this to be a Texas rat snake,
A rat snake?
which are known to be aggressive and
It look aggressive.
will go after anyone in their path. So it's definitely a good thing that nobody opened the door. Number 7.
That snake would have been in your house if you opened the door.
A family in Poway, California are just barely getting settled into their new home when this feline predator comes creeping up to their door.
Yo, is that a teenage cougar?
This situation is bad enough to begin with, but it gets even more terrifying when you realize that it's attracted by the sounds of a household pet.
Is that a dog barking? I ain't never heard a dog sound like. Is that a puppy?
The mountain lion gives up in
Mountain lion.
less than 30 seconds, but not before trying to get a better look through the window. It's gone for now, but I have little doubt that it has marked this area in its mind and will be back looking for a meal. Number 6. A small bluish figure briefly hovers outside of a home before disappearing out of sight. It's hard to say what this is, or even how close the object even was. On one hand, it looks like it could just be a strand of hair, but the way it hangs around for so long is quite strange.
That don't look like no hair to me.
This object was also somehow able to activate the doorbell cam,
Yo, what the freak is this?
so it must have had some mass to do it. The person who uploaded this video
I swear something crawled down my back, y'all. I'm tripping. I need something. I need a back scratch or something. Something felt like it was crawling up my back.
claims that
I don't feel it no more.
it's a ghost, but let me know what you think this mysterious object
It didn't disappear. I seized it right here.
is.
It was still going up.
Even with video evidence, I still can't fully tell. Number
Whatever that was there. It was really there.
5. It's 2 at night when this doorbell cam captures something that really shouldn't be possible. Pay attention to the area by the white railing to see it. Some kind of smoky blur appears out of nowhere and paces back and forth twice before disappearing. The uploader insists that this is a ghost, and I agree that it is a strong possibility. Look again, and it almost looks like a large head, accompanied by 2 hanging arms, or at least that's what I see. Let me know if you can see it as well. Number 4. It's just another ordinary night, until a number of strange events happen just outside of someone's front door. A bizarre whooshing noise is followed by blinking lights and the sound of something clicking off camera. I thought it was a turn signal, but the description of this video says that this was actually the sound of lights clicking on and off. Nothing happens for a while, and then the unidentifiable sound briefly returns. Some people have pointed out that this could have been a heavily compressed video of cars passing by. I agree that this is a possibility.
Look, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I don't even feel like this video footage was worth exploring, like worth checking out at all. Like it's nothing.
But that still doesn't explain the lights turning on and off.
Who cares?
Or the clicking noise. I'd like to hear your best guess as to what this residential disturbance could be. Paranormal, unknown flying device, or just some late night street traffic. Number 3, a man...
Exactly my point. If it's just some late night street traffic, then it wasn't worth look.
In Detroit walks up to a house well armed and without a care. The look on his face is a cross between amusement and rage. It's the unmistakable expression of a true psychopath. He taps against the door with a loud clang, but the man inside does not answer. The two have never met before, and this house appears to have been chosen at random. The stranger steps out into the front yard and starts acting even more bizarre.
Whoa.
He then gets in his car and
freak?
drives off for a bit, only to return and damage the house. His motives and identity have not been confirmed, so if you happen to live in Detroit, hopefully this doesn't happen to you.
What the freak did this man do with his hands and arms? That was one of the weirdest things I ever seen.
Number 2, it's midnight when Sylvia Slarb gets an iPhone notification that someone is at her door. She looks out the window and doesn't see anything, so she goes back to sleep. The next morning,
I like a bug.
she remembers the incident and quickly checks her phone. This weird shining orb is what her doorbell cam automatically recorded on that night. I have no logical explanation for this aside from a possible insect, but as far
Like I said, like a bug.
as I know, a bug this small and this far away should not be able to trip the sensor. Therefore, I cannot exclude the paranormal as well. Before we get to number 1... when Michael Hernandez gets a phone alert at his front door. He is deep asleep and doesn't wake up until about the third
snap.
or fourth one.
Yo!
When he finally opens his eyes, these raging porch
Get out, bro.
flames are what he finds.
Oh! What the freak? That's insane. It's just fire. It looked like a tornado of fire.
Michael is filled with adrenaline as he grabs an extinguisher and
An extinguisher? What you gonna do with that, boy? You need a high-powered water hose.
desperately tries to save his home. The tiny device is no match for the...
Heck no, get out. You just leave that home alone. You better look, you need to just get out now. Ain't nothing in there worth it. You grab your phone, maybe your wallet, go. Car keys, I don't even know.
Inferno, however, and
I'm conflicted because I wouldn't even know what I would do. Like, I know I need to get out the house, but is anything worth grabbing?
the authorities are screaming at Michael to give it up all the while.
Get out the house, exactly. Go out the back door. Dip out, bro. Look, he's still trying with his slow self.
He eventually runs away just as the flames are licking his front door. If he had just waited seconds longer, I am sure he would have lost much more than his place of stay. Michael Hernandez set up a GoFundMe page for the incident. He plans on donating a large portion of whatever he gets towards helping his neighbors as well. So I really hope we can rally together as a community and help him get to his goal. I'm Ward.
That's insane. Woo! I hope everything came out all right for that man, or turned out all right. But yeah, y'all know what time it is. Like this reaction, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more. As always, the link to the original gonna be down in the description box below. If you haven't already, make sure you follow your boy on the ground man Twitter at Artofkickz. Sorry to those who thought this was a live stream. Nah, this ain't no live stream, y'all. It's gonna be a little while before I'm ready to do those again. To the next one.